The NASCAR Xfinity Series has the Phoenix to crown the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship, and we see Daniel Hemric clutch and pick up not only his first career win, but win the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship in 2021. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. I just got done watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, the race that is deciding the championship, and I'm very, very excited right now for a couple reasons. Daniel Hemric is your 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. That finish, let's first talk about that finish, as that finish was absolutely awesome between Austin Cindric and Daniel Hemric. They were the two best championship contenders. Austin and Daniel Hemric were really, really fast. I do think Cindric throughout the night, I do think he had a little bit of a better car than Daniel Hemric throughout the night. But Daniel Hemric, especially on the short runs, I don't think Cindric's cars were as good on the short runs as Hemric's were. And Hemric's car was really, really consistent throughout the race. But they had a really good battle for the win. Of course, they had an overtime restart, thanks, I believe, to Jay Buford and Josh Williams, who basically had issues. And we'll talk about some of the wrecks here in the race overall as a whole. But they got into a really, really great battle for the victory. Daniel Hemric and Austin Cindric, Hemric on the inside, Austin Cindric on the outside. Cindric has the lead coming to the white flag. Hemric tries to get up there. They get side by side going down the backstretch. Then they go into turn number 3 on the last lap. And then Hemric beats and bangs, gives him a bumper run on the last lap, coming to the white flag. Then on the last lap, they're side by side coming to turn number 3. They're beating and banging. They door slam each other, coming to the checker flag. And Daniel Hemric goes on and finally, after years of waiting for this guy to finally win, Daniel Hemric wins and the Xfinity Series race today and wins the Xfinity Series Championship in 2021. Daniel Hemric, man, oh my gosh, about time this dude finally won a race. It seems like, when is this guy going to finally win a race? But he did it at the right time. He clutched it. He's had so much stuff that's absolutely gone wrong for him. And it looked like at the beginning of the weekend, he was starting off on the wrong foot because basically his hauler that was bringing the primary car, this car, to the track, it got a little bit of damage because the truck hit a deer carcass. But luckily, Matt Mollard and the team and Corey Roper's team were able to help out Daniel Hemric, bring that truck back into the track, and they were able to get it out there. And they still had one of the fastest cars on the track. And man, they clutched it up tonight, and after all the hardships and everything they've gone through, almost won last week in Martinsville, but late race caution came out from Justin Haley, he's going to be going to that lemon car next year. That late race caution came out last week, and Noah Grayson ended up winning that race. And then all the other hardships. Has lead Atlanta, Kyle Busch unintentionally gets into him. Has the race lead at the chance to win Pocono, has 1 or 2 speeding penalties throughout the entire race. Has a chance to win so many races throughout his entire career and just had either blown opportunities or something go terribly wrong throughout the race. Has a fast car at Kansas earlier this year, and he gets loose off the corner and collects Noah Grayson in that wreck. It just seemed like until now, Daniel Hemric couldn't have anything go for him. And, man, I know that a lot of people are not going to say Daniel Hemric is a deserving champion, but you have to look at Daniel Hemric this year. Daniel Hemric, in my opinion, is a deserving champion, and for a couple reasons. One, Daniel Hemric was, I think, a really, really consistent driver throughout the year, which is why he's going to College Racing next year, is because he has, of course, it does help the sponsorship. But Daniel Hemric was extremely consistent throughout the year, was top 5 in points all year. I believe he will finish 3rd in the regular season points behind AJ Allmendinger and Austin Cindric. But, man, Daniel Hemric, dude, he put together a really, really strong night. They brought a very, very fast car. I think all the Joe Gibbs cars were really, really fast. John Hunter Nemechek looked really, really strong. He actually was a driver I thought was going to win this race, but their car, unfortunately, kind of fell throughout the evening. But, man, about time that Daniel Hemric is a freaking winner in this series. And after the race, too, he did a backflip, and we were wondering, when is he going to win so we can see that backflip? Because, yeah, I haven't seen a backflip done in NASCAR since Carl Edwards when he won at Texas. I think it was it Texas 2016? I don't entirely remember. But he did a backflip in 2016. That's the last time he did a backflip, seen a backflip. And, man, the fact that Daniel Hemric finally won a championship and finally won an Xfinity Series race, the curse is over. The racing gods, apparently, they said enough is enough. We're going to let Daniel Hemric have a chance to win, and he got the championship done. Now, I do think it did help that what happened to Austin Cindric late in the race when Allmendinger unfortunately spun out from a loose wheel. AJ Allmendinger late in the race was complaining about a tire vibration and a vibration on his car, and unfortunately, with around 20 laps to go, AJ Allmendinger spun out with a loose wheel on the car. Now, I know a lot of people are saying it was intentional. I thought at first it was an intentional spin, similar to what Clint Boyer did in 2013 at Richmond, but in my opinion, it was not intentional what happened right there. I think that it was unintentional. I think it has happened in the past, and they were complaining about the loose wheel. So it is what it is, and I'm not saying that AJ did that on purpose. And he also did apologize to Austin Cindric because he believes that he cost Austin Cindric a for sure championship. And if that caution doesn't come out, I don't think that he has a chance to win the championship. Now let's talk about Noah Grayson. Noah Grayson looked pretty good at the beginning of the race. He kind of fell off during pit strategy. He had a really good pit strategy call throughout the race, was really, really fast throughout the run and looked really, really good. He just, unfortunately, with a few laps to go, he got into the outside wall, trying to battle for the win. He had some contact with Daniel Hemric, and then he tried to send it up the corner while Hemric was trying to get the race before the last caution came out. And Noah Grayson got into the outside wall and got some damage, but he was able to continue on in the race. Now, let's talk about the overall race as a whole, because there was actually, this race seemed like what I thought the Truck Series race was going to be like last night. You had quite a few accidents that ended up happening in this race. First accident, major accident that happened, I believe, is for Joe Graf Jr. Joe Graf Jr. got into the outside wall extremely hard in the later portions of the race and unfortunately fell out. Stephen Parsons also had issues in this race, and he unfortunately blew an engine. I think he ran over something, and unfortunately the motor and engine let go, and that unfortunately took him out. John Nemechek's car looked really, really strong in the early portions of this race, but unfortunately as the run went on, I think that 54 car was not as good, which is really the first time that we've not seen a 54 car, at least in a couple weeks, not be very, very strong, because that 54 car, I thought, with John Hunter was going to win this weekend, but his car, unfortunately, wasn't as good as Hemric's or Cindric's. I think that Daniel Hemric absolutely 100% deserves this championship. I'm super, super excited right now to see this, and I really, in my opinion, did not have a dog in the fight in this championship, and I was not going to be mad regardless who won the championships. I do think, arguably, you did have arguably the best four drivers competing for a NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship, and in my personal opinion, I'd rather see a format happen where, a champion legitimately is crowned by the most points in the season, or the driver absolutely deserves it, but Daniel Hemric, man, after everything that has happened in this year, I really ain't even frustrated about it, because Daniel Hemric, man, he absolutely deserves this. He has had everything go wrong throughout his entire career, and the fact that he's an Xfinity Series champion is absolutely incredible. Allmendinger, absolutely, like I said, absolutely struggled throughout the night, and then he had other issues that happened through the race. Jeb Burton, man, Jeb Burton legitimately spun out. I don't know what he was doing against Sheldon Creed. Speaking of Sheldon Creed, who is making his first Xfinity Series start in a couple years, Sheldon Creed looked really, really fast in that 70A car, and he'll be going full-time with RCR. I'm wondering if RCR gave him a little bit of parts and pieces on the car, or it's just that Sheldon's really, really good at Phoenix, and he was able to get it done. But that is, I know people were thinking that was intentional, but it was unintentional. Sheldon Creed got into him. I don't know, though, what the heck Jeb Burton was doing there. I guess he was trying to help AJ out. I really don't know, but man, about time we got to see this. And after all the stuff that's happened, and after having tied for the most top set runner-up finishes for a driver, the fact that Daniel Hemric is a NASCAR Xfinity Series champion is freaking awesome. We do need to change the format, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Daniel Hemric is a 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. I'm really pumped up. I'm really excited right now, and congratulations, Daniel Hemric, on winning the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. So, anyway, that is it for today's NASCAR video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications so you're notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support page around list description below for that, and comment your thoughts on this championship. What are your thoughts on Daniel Hemric winning the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship? Do you think that Daniel Hemric deserves the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship, or you think either Austin Cindric, Noah Grayson, or AJ Allmendinger deserves the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship? Let me know in the comments below. But congratulate Daniel Hemric on picking up his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win and picking up his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. Congratulations, man, and congrats to that. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content. Tomorrow, we've got the NASCAR Cup Series Championship to be crowned. I will be rooting for Kyle Larson to win that, but we'll wait to see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be as crazy as these other two series have been, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But with the NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow, we'll talk about the champion after that. But like I said, congratulations to Daniel Hemric on winning the championship. I will see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.